This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. We've got hockey tonight on Sportsnet. It's the Battle of Alberta, Edmonton versus Calgary in a game that, let me tell you, I don't mean to give you spoilers. She's going to get heated quite a bit. And I mean, for a lot of us, I think we're going to get back to revisit exactly how heated it got. Now, if you're wondering what the heck are you talking about, Tyson, how is that logically possible that there's hockey on Sportsnet tonight, A, and B, it's the Battle of Alberta just magically out of the ether, and the fact that it's going to get heated and that you already know that and all that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me go over there and go to my Sportsnet re-air. And this is actually going to be a little bit of a Dolynny TV special to make up for some stuff I missed earlier this season. If Sportsnet's going to allow me to do that, we're going to have a lot of fun. 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific time, here on Dolynny TV, we'll be live. Oh, yeah. It's Saturday night. It's the pause season. We ain't missing nothing here. We're going back with these live streams. And, okay, why does this one make so much sense for me to live stream my reaction to and enjoy a hockey game with you guys, even though it's not going forward in the season, it's going backwards? You know what? This one I didn't get to enjoy with you guys. This was January 11th. The Tkachuk and Kazian Battle of Alberta, because that one, let me see if I can go back and find it, was the January 11th game that I was at with my friends, if I've got it all according to plan here from Sportsnet as it sits. So that's a really fun, interesting thing that I think Sportsnet's going to have to do a lot if they want to be able to keep any kind of audience. That's number one. So, well, let's just go quickly, go prime time here. Go over to this as we're going to Raptors rewind it. Oh man, there's all kinds of rewinds taking place now. And NHL rewind Edmonton Oilers versus Calgary Flames on January 11th, 2020. Guys, that was the first Battle of Alberta for 2020. And let me tell you, it did not disappoint at all. So let's just quickly kind of recap what happened in that one for us so as we know what to watch for in that game. Obviously, that was the game when all three of the Sportsnet guys were sitting rinkside because it was just a crazy night. Elias Lindholm, unassisted goal to open it up. That was a tough go because, well, you know what, it was just nutty. Quite honestly, it was just a nutty start to a hockey game. Then Nugent Hopkins, just mere minutes later, gets the goal, his 11th of the season. So think about that. Between January 11th and whatever it was, March 10th, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins has scored 11 goals. That's absolutely insane. Kailer Yamamoto, Leon Draisaitl got your assists on that one. Then, my goodness, guys, I went with a big group of friends. I mean, probably about 15 people, and we got the crappiest seats in the building. It was the best time we've had at the Saddle Dome all together. Well, let me tell you, Connor McDavid, we all came in as Oilers fans expecting, hey, Connor McDavid's got to do something special. One of those breakaway down the wing, cut to the net kind of deal. You've seen the highlight. You've seen it a million times. The Oilers in the road whites. The goaltender for the Flames, I don't even know who it was that night. Hold on, let me find out who it was for you. As I think it was it was Cam Talbot. Okay, so Cam Talbot in net gets lit up by Connor McDavid. Then you've got Johnny Gaudreau scoring in that first period. That was a bummer. As you can see, that kind of cut the momentum short. Sean Monahan, Noah Hannafin, that was a 2-2 hockey game. The Oilers, again, same way they started the second period, or first period, they started the second period hot. Can you tell I'm already rusty? My goodness. Nugent Hopkins, his 12th goal, so he had 2 goals in this one. Kailer Yamamoto gets a second assist of the game, and that was only his 3rd assist. Think about that. Kailer Yamamoto now sitting on the season with a total of, 26 points in 27 games? My goodness. He had at that point, 5 points after that? Wow, just nuts to think how far that line's come. Dylan Dubé then scored in the second period midway through, cut the lead to a tie. Derek Ryan gets the assist, and then the killer, this one, well, it is what it was. Simply put, on the 4-minute roughing penalty from the second period, right? It carried over all the way into the third period, and it was on the back half of it that Zach Kazian's 4-minute roughing for Matthew Tkachuk Costs us a power play goal. Elias Lindholm scores 39 seconds in. Mark Giordano, 16th assist. Johnny Gaudreau's 25th assist. Now this one, guys, in case you're unfamiliar with how the stats look, this was the real first look we had at how ratcheted up the Oilers can get, how emotional we can get, and how driven we can get to play a good hockey game. Now this was a terrible hockey game, and you'll see that, but it was just right the height. We can rise to the moment, and we can play in some hyped up emotional games. Now, yes, emotions got the best of us, but still, right, you have to rise to get there before you can get too over emotional. So, for the Oilers, they had 32 shots, the Flames had 33. The Flames had 29 hits to 20. The Oilers, after that, pretty much have out-hit teams several games in a row. And then the Flames out-face-offing the Oilers 29 to 24. Penalty minutes obviously skewed 14 to 2 for the Oilers because of those simple 2 penalties by Zach Kassian. 15 Flames giveaways to the Oilers, 13 giveaways. Then you have 14 takeaways for the Oilers, 10 takeaways for the Flames, 14 block shots for the Oilers, 13 block shots for the Flames, and the big number is they were 1 for 2 on the power play. Now you're asking yourself, who started that game for the Oilers? It was Cam Talbot in net for the Flames, giving up 3 goals on 29 saves and 32 shots against for a .906 save percentage. Mikko Koskinen, tough night to be Mikko Koskinen, 29 saves, 33 shots against, .879 save percentage. A game in which the Oilers did not play very well. I think Bear had a couple of stupid giveaways if I remember this one correct, but that, my friends, is exactly why we're going to be live streaming tonight, is we're going to sit back, kick back, relax, and get to watch a hockey game on Sportsnet all together on Dolynny TV, just like good old times. Now that seems crazy that earlier this week we weren't worried about the good old times, but here we are, yeah, talking about hockey being on and talking about hockey being played and talking about emotional hockey being done. As the good old times. That is absolutely insane. So what am I looking forward to tonight? I think biggest thing out of anyone is obviously the Matthew Tkachuk versus Zach Kassian. Get a rewatch that, kind of watch it break down and see the craziness. Kind of see the broadcast perspective on it too, right? Because for a guy like me, I was in the stands. I was making my judgments. I was losing my mind, right? I was being a rowdy Oilers fan at the press level at the Saddle Dome on a Saturday night. So you get me where I'm going, right? It's not that I was under the influence or anything, but it's just a tough go that you don't quite see everything the same way when you're in the building as opposed to how you can see it on the broadcast. So that's one of the biggest things I'm looking forward to, and kind of obviously seeing the lead up to that, the 2 big hits, dropping the gloves, the 3rd big hit, and then kind of making a statement on that and seeing where we stand, because that realistically was only 2 months ago. You believe me? That was 2 months ago, my friends. That was 2 months ago. Wow. How the world has changed in 2 months. Wow. All right. So 2 months ago, well, I don't need to go there. 2 months ago, we didn't have anything going on in Canada in terms of this whole mess that's going on around us outside our front door, but just nutty to think how fast the Oilers season has changed in 2 months as well, and now into the NHL pause season, something we could have never seen coming up in January. Quite honestly, yes, I think there was several people around the world concerned about the whole situation in January, but I don't think anybody would have said by March 11th, March 12th, March 13th, the NHL season would be paused. Don't think so. So that's also kind of go back and enjoy some happier times, right? Being able to be in an NHL building, and I'll tell you some of my favorite stories from that night if I can declassify some of those, because let me tell you, she was a rowdy night at the Dome. And you know what? We're just going to enjoy a hockey game. I think that's my biggest part. I get to see kind of through our eyes, right? If our eyes line up with the score sheet, if our eyes line up with everything that actually went on in that game 2 months removed from that game, if that makes sense, right? 2 months removed from that game, if we rewatch it now, knowing what we know, knowing how everything's played out since, does it actually match up to what we thought, what we believed, what we thought we saw in that game on January 11th, that night, the next day, when I absolutely took a beating on YouTube for posting my feelings on the Matthew Tkachuk, Zach Kassian thing, but also, you know what? Good little stir up the pot and get some views going too. So, gonna complain, especially could use that right about now with the NHL pause season taking hold, and obviously hard to search for content if you know there's no content, right? That's my part. That's what my job is. Guys, that's why we're live tonight at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time to bring you tonight's replay of January 11th's Battle of Alberta in Calgary. Oilers versus Flames. Final score 4-3. Don't want to wreck it. We'll tune you in then. Guys, I am up on out of here.